mean, I have a tendency often to think about Miles and or Wayne. That happens a lot. Whereas what I was describing before, I wasn't thinking about anybody else. I'm in my studio, as you guys can see, right? That's
Wow.
my stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Keyboard, there's a console there. So I guess Dan explained to you what we're doing today.
Go around the circle playing some piece of material, a tune or whatever that everybody knows, and everyone will take a solo, and everybody has to choose some element. The next person has to do something contrasting.
Choose something that nobody else chose before. So if you're the fifth person, you got to choose something that the other four didn't choose. I think it's a good way to look at music. It's one of the ways to look at it, and I'm sure that you've all employed it at different times, but that's to make some kind of a distinction between your statement and your personality and what else other people had to say. This in itself may be a practical exercise or something practical to think about now in this kind of, if you will, classroom setting, virtual classroom setting. That was an interesting exercise in how everybody even interprets the word contrast. When we're playing, we're so used to just responding to the moment. But the idea of thinking in advance about what you're going to play in it, in a moment that's coming up, is kind of un-jazz-like in a way. because we make those decisions right at the very moment that we're going to play. I was just saying about my own experience. I usually try to find something that hasn't been done, right? I mean, most of us do that. And so that's really the idea about contrast. In other words, to make a distinction between whatever happened before and whatever I'm going to do now.
In trying to always try to do something new, I guess, how do you go about doing something new that's different when what you do can sometimes be so heavily influenced by just everyday life or what you listen to?
Yeah, that happens to me too. I mean, I have a tendency often to think about Miles and or Wayne. That happens a lot when it's time for me to take a solo on something. I usually don't think about piano players. I usually think about horn players. So it kind of influences what I may do at that time. Whereas what I was describing before, I wasn't thinking about anybody else. I was just thinking about, I want to make an unexpected statement in this space where I have a solo space. And I wanted to not confine myself to playing whatever the tempo was and make it sound like I'm playing in the tempo. I wanted to go like, and then let that sit. If whatever I played with, whatever that sound was, if that was interesting enough, let that sit. And then I responded to that.